Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to come on and talk to you about Celine Dion and this clothing line that she has created for children. And I know it's been about a year, as I understand, when she created this clothing line, but I just came across this in my I don't know if it was in my Facebook feed or just skimming through videos on YouTube, and I came across a clip of a commercial with this clothing line. And let me tell you, it is disturbing to say the least. I mean, it doesn't even look like a clothing line for children. To me, there are a lot of undertones, demonic undertones, and I wanted to share the video with you. I want you to see, just in case you hadn't heard about this, haven't seen this commercial. To me, it's not it's not been pretty much put out there, because this is really my first time within the past few weeks coming across this. And so I wanted to share, so I want you to take a look at this video and then we'll discuss it after.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm Celine Dion. Our children, they are not really our children, as we are all just links in a never-ending chain that is life. For us, they are everything. But in reality, we are only a fraction of their universe. We miss the past. They dream of tomorrow. We may thrust them forward into the future, but the course will always be theirs to choose. I can't believe they called security. I mean, oh, come on, I'm Celine Dion. I'm not spending the night in jail. Holy shit. Guys, relax, easy. I'm Celine Dion.
Yeah, girl, and I'm Beyonce.
I'm calling my agent.
Okay, so you guys have had a chance to look at the video. If you haven't seen it before, I wanted you to see the video before I went into a discussion about it, because the video itself to me spoke volumes as to what the underlying tones to this whole clothing line is. Yes, she's created this clothing line for children. It is quite clear that she's addressing the whole agenda of being gender neutral. In today's society, we hear a lot about that, about being fluid, about parents not wanting to put a gender to their children nowadays as they're born, because they want children to grow into what they think they should be. So in other words, basically trying to debunk the whole theory of God's creation, how he created male and female. And so now we have a lot of people with these very wide, outlandish views, where they feel that we can now create what we want to be as far as sexuality and our sex, and not fall in line with God's agenda. And they want to create their own reality, even though we know that the Bible tells us that he created male and female. So this clothing line to me has an agenda. It's not just about fashion. It is about pushing the agenda of gender neutrality and of being fluid. And to me, it has underlying demonic tones to it. If you look at some of the print Even on one of the prints, it said New World Order. And the fact that they're trying to use these crosses, and we know that in some satanic uh, cults, they use crosses, upside down crosses. So don't get it twisted. The crosses do not represent anything religious. And to me, the whole commercial was just dark. There was a dark tone to it. And it really didn't make sense to me because it looked like a scene out of a thriller or some type of action movie, which how in the world does that line up with children and their clothing line? I mean, it just really to me is just demented. And then the name is just odd, Celine New. I mean, what does that even mean? You know, I mean, we've known Celine Dion to be a very well known and respected singer, very well known songs that were love songs. And now all of a sudden it just seems like something's turned, something's twisted. And to me, it's just the enemy's agenda because as you look at it, more and more people are becoming open to this whole being fluid and open about your sex and sexuality. And it's just more and more the United States especially, and I believe even around the world, they're becoming more and more relaxed in their acceptance of this type of lifestyle, which is totally against God's will, God's original plan for humankind. So we know that anytime you step outside of the will of God, there is nothing good that's going to come from it. So to me, and also I feel as if the enemy likes to try to pinpoint our young people at an early age. He wants to distort their minds early on. And so I'm just really at odds with this line. I wondered if you guys had seen this or heard about this. Like I said, I believe the line was created back in 2018, even though I am just now learning about it. And for those of you that don't know, Celine Dion lost her spouse, her husband of like 25, 30 years back in 2016. And I think within the space of a couple of weeks, she also lost her brother. And so I'm just concerned about the fact that she has shifted. And I don't know if it's because during her grieving time, she maybe never came, she was never fully recovered from the grieving process. And now you see her, moving towards this type of thing, just cause in her mind, I guess it's a cause to save children from us putting a stigma of what type of sex they should be, irregardless of the fact that they were born with a penis or a vagina. Excuse my language if that offends you, but that's what it's called. And yet wanting to try to somewhat rescue children from I guess God's original intent. So it makes absolutely no sense to me, but I wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because there is so much out there that the enemy is plotting and doing, and things are progressing, and a lot of times we're distracted about other things that's going on in the media and not realizing how much more and more slowly chipping away at the foundation of truth that's happening in our world today. So what do you guys think about all of this? I'd like to have a discussion about it. If you'd leave me a comment about what are your thoughts on this. Do you feel as if I'm being a little bit over the top? I certainly do not feel that way, but if you do, share your opinion. Let me know. What are your thoughts? And just going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. And thanks for watching. God bless. Until next time.